Okay. I'm definitely going to cry by the end of this night. Just forewarning you all now. I met this gentleman 7 years ago. In those 7 years, he has grown as an athlete, as a speaker, and most importantly, as a man. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tyler Lagasse.
Thank you, everybody, and good evening. I want to begin by sharing a story with you from 10 years ago. I was 21 years old at the time, and I got invited to speak at the 40th anniversary of Special Olympics at Harvard. To be perfectly honest, I was quite nervous inside. I didn't know what to expect. But deep down in my heart, I knew what I had to do. And thankfully, the speech worked out better than I hoped for. Delivering that speech, as it turned out, proved to be a turning point in my life. You know, I remember my mom over there, Deborah Lagasse, and she was having a conversation with Bob Johnson, who was the president and CEO of Special Olympics Massachusetts at the time, and Mom was saying to him, I never knew that he could deliver a speech so well. I mean, he hardly even talks to us at the dinner table. And Bob responded by saying, well, maybe you need to invite more people over. So much stuff has happened, so much time has passed, and so much has changed since that April day in 2008. But one thing's for certain. After all this, I continue to inspire people to do more with their lives through my actions and words of encouragement. I continue to face challenges, whether I'm at home or college or work or on the golf course. But as I age, my rewards for my challenges grow with time. Still, my life is not defined by my achievements nor my disability. It is about what it took to get to where I am today. My whole life has been an infinity to one shot since the beginning. Infinity to one. Nothing prepares you for what life throws at you, and obviously my parents were caught off guard upon hearing what was going on with me. For starters, they knew that I was dropping eggs onto the kitchen floor. They knew that I was freaking out each and every time I saw Bill Cosby's face on television. And they knew that I could read, write, and draw before I turned 3 years old. Eventually, they found out what was causing my strange behavior: autism. And before I knew it, I was traveling long distances to get to school, going down routes 3 and 128 to Lexington. It was so hard to have to deal with traffic at such a tender age, especially when one is living with autism. For most of my childhood, I had to go by the strict rules of my teachers, and I don't know how I lived through those days. I mean, somehow, some way I lived through them for 13 years because I didn't have a choice. It took me a long time to realize that I was different from most people. Gradually, I came to realize that it wasn't my fault that I am the way I am, and that there is no shame in living with autism. Something inside me said that I was special. That voice inside me said I was special, but all I needed was something or some place where I could tap into my potential. And thankfully, I found that place when I was a teenager. And that place was Special Olympics. All my life, I found sports to be a refuge, an escape from reality, not reality itself. I played lots of youth sports in my hometown, before joining kids and disability sports, and through them I competed in basketball competitions for Special Olympics. I then went on to compete and medal in golf, track and field, and alpine skiing. And when I won my first state golf tournament for Special Olympics, and then went on to compete in the regional and national levels, I realized that golf was my true calling. I grew up and learned so much about life through the game of golf. It's given me more opportunities and taken me to more places than I thought was possible. I've also made more friends and connections thanks to Special Olympics. The last 50 years saw changes in attitudes and behaviors towards people living with intellectual disabilities. This year marks the golden anniversary of an organization that changes lives and promotes a more inclusive society where we see beyond the disability and look at the person's character. Before that, Special Olympics was just a dream, and that dream began in 1968, as Governor Baker mentioned earlier. That year saw more change, and sadly, more tragedy than most years in modern human history. There were very limited services for people with intellectual disabilities, and the institutions that housed them often had unspeakably awful living conditions. At the time, the world in general saw them as a problem or a hindrance to progress. It took strong-willed determination from one woman to change all that, and her name was Eunice Kennedy Shriver. She set out to do more for people living with intellectual disabilities. She planted the seeds of the future, which in turn would become our present, and thus Special Olympics was born. From there on, it grew to be an enterprise with sporting events occurring every day all across the globe. She changed the world. She changed everything. And she changed the idea of how people with various disabilities are supposed to be. She gave this growing special group of people a voice, a platform to showcase their talents, and a place to feel welcome. One event at a time, one day at a time, one person at a time, one nation at a time, her influence keeps spreading, making Special Olympics what it is today. And as of now, there are close to 6 million athletes and unified partners from all over the world. And that's how big an impact she's made. That's how much an impact she's made. But still, there's so many people out there living with disabilities, and there will be more for decades to come. In short, Eunice Kennedy Shriver is a hero to all of us, me included. Sorry about that. You know, it takes a great deal of bravery and inner strength to stand up to what you believe is the right thing in your heart. And especially we saw that today with the accuser. I don't want to get into the politics. Dr. Blasey Ford is a brave person. I don't mean to get off script, but... Anyway, going back to topic. There are millions of Special Olympics athletes who I call soldiers doing what we love to do, and that is play our favorite sports. These soldiers don't need weapons. We have endless desire, immeasurable faith, and hearts as rich as gold. But these soldiers play for something other than medals. We play for the right to be accepted. We play for a sense of belonging. And we play to celebrate our existence on Earth. Our battlefields include a basketball court, an oval track, a vast green field, a square mat, a pool of water, a bowling alley, and even a golf course. Whatever we do, we change the way other people think about people living with intellectual disabilities. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you about something very important. There are 3 adverbs I want to discuss with you. The first adverb is never. Before Special Olympics, many people felt that I would never achieve anything in life, such as graduating from high school, obtaining a driver's license, getting a job, even living a fulfilling life. Today, I'm 31 years old, and look at me now. Today, I am a high school graduate. I do have a driver's license, and I hold an associate's degree from Middlesex Community College with highest honors. I currently attend the University of Massachusetts Lowell, where I am on track to receive my bachelor's degree in the not-too-distant future. Next comes the second adverb, probably. Some people felt that I probably wouldn't set goals for myself, such as shoot golf scores under 80 in 18 holes. Today, I am a 7 handicap golfer. I have won the Special Olympics Level 5 state golf tournament every year since 2006. I have won 3 silver medals in 3 Special Olympics USA games. I have even beat a professional golfer on 1 hole at a Pro-Am event in 2012. A year later, in 2013, I made a hole-in-one. Last year, I received an honorary ESPY trophy for excellence and enthusiasm of sports. I also wrote an autobiography with my mom. Now comes the third and final adverb, definitely. Today, I have the power to definitely change the hearts and minds of people around me. I definitely have a voice that encourages inclusion. And last but not least, I am definitely capable of living a fulfilling life with boundless possibilities. All of this because of people like you, supporting millions of people like me around the world. Today, we celebrate reaching our 50-year milestone. Tomorrow, we start our journey to another 50 years. There will be more competitions, there will be more medals to be given out, and there will be more valuable stories to be told. But Special Olympics cannot continue without the presence and generosity of all of you. All of you! One of the ways to reach this 100-year milestone is to work together, to stop using adverbs to define who we are or what our future will hold. Let's join together to replace those adverbs with actions. Actions will eliminate the nevers, and actions will turn all those probablys into definitelys. All of us choose to belong to Special Olympics, to show the world we are capable of overcoming obstacles, large or small. We fight for the right to be a part of society, to get an education, to hold a job, and to be champions. We push with all our might to be the best person we can possibly be. We exist for a reason. We belong. We are extraordinary people because we are the Special Olympics. Happy 50th birthday, Special Olympics. And many more. Many more.